Welcome back to the archives, traveler. The heavy locking bars of the gate slammed home, and the roar of the monsters outside was instantly cut off, replaced by a different kind of deafening noise. Iron screamed as hammer met anvil. The brothers looked up. The sky above them was a churning dome of emerald energy. It was not a curse, it was a sanctuary shield, a massive, humming barrier of high magic that sizzled as the flying demons outside threw themselves against it in vain. Iron Cove was not dying, it was fighting for its life. The city was a machine of war running at red-line capacity. The foundries were screaming. Sparks flew in showers as hammers hit anvils, a rhythmic heartbeat of steel and sweat. The people were not hiding, they were working. The lines Kylester saw were not beggars waiting for food, they were conscripts waiting for steel. Smiths were handing out breastplates still hot from the forge. Fletchers were bundling arrows by the thousands. Kylester sheathed his sword. He looked at his dead gauntlet, then at the sparks flying from the forges, then at his new allies. They had come to Iron Cove simply because it was the only way north. They needed a transport to reach the Sun Vault. They viewed this city merely as a stepping stone on their journey. But as Kylester watched the desperate defiance of the Smiths, he realized that the map does not always dictate the path. They hadn't followed a trail. Fate had corralled them here. They were not left to linger. A squad of the Iron Guard, their plate armor scorched but unbroken, escorted the quartet through the industrial arteries of the city. They ascended the central spire, the nerve center of the resistance, where the noise of the foundries dulled to a low, vibrating hum. They were brought before the commander of defenses. He stood over a tactical table, a map of the region lit by the flickering light of mana candles. He did not offer pleasantries. He pointed a grease-stained finger at the map, tracing the coastline. He explained that Iron Cove is being strangled. To the south, on land, the armies of Voragath batter the gates, but the commander revealed the true reason the city is buckling. It is the sea. He gestured to the harbor markers. He spoke of the Leviathans. Massive beasts of the deep, armored in barnacles and void glass, are rising from the ocean. They are not hunting for food. They are vessels. The commander described how these monsters open their maws at the waterline, vomiting forth demons onto the shores. These are not just Voragath's troops. 2 other demon lords are fueling the Maw's army, ferried here inside the bellies of sea beasts. The enemy is coordinating. The demons are uniting. The commander turned his gaze to the brothers. He spoke of time. For months, this siege was a stalemate, but 4 days ago, the rhythm changed. The demons stopped testing the walls and started throwing themselves into the meat grinder with reckless abandon. 4 days ago, the exact moment Kyle ended the Cinder Sovereign at the Spire of Ash. Voragath felt it. They felt the shockwave of a sovereign's soul extinguishing. Now he is desperate to reach the reliquary beneath the city. The commander revealed the prize, the first key, the artifact that powers the city shield. To recreate the Sanguine Veil and seal the sky forever, the enemy needs a triad of artifacts. Iron Cove holds the first. Voragath is willing to spend every life in his army to dig it out before the unknown threat, our travelers, can stop him. The commander laid his hands on the table. He listed the strength of Iron Cove. This is the 4th largest outpost of the Silent Aberrant Company. 3,000 soldiers, shock troopers, vanguards, and heavy infantry stand ready in the barracks. Above them,
In the arcane spire, 500 silent aberrant mages cycled their mana endlessly. Through the link, they hoarded power in silence, spells half-born and waiting, as if the world itself was holding its breath. But if the mages fall, if the shield shatters, the commander has one final card to play. He pointed to the outer perimeter of the map. He explained that the city sits atop a dormant volcanic vent, capped by layers of rock and runecraft. The outer walls are not just filled with oil, they are the fuse for a much larger charge. If the city is about to fall, he will trigger the rupture. The explosion will not destroy the city. It will liquefy the bedrock surrounding it for 5 miles in every direction. The siege lines will be turned into a churning field of magma. Iron Cove will become an island of obsidian in a sea of lava. The land army will be incinerated. The Leviathans will boil in the harbor. The city will be saved from invasion, but it will be totally isolated. No ship can dock, no soldier can march. The only way out would be the sky. Kylester looked at Lear. Lear looked at Val, and they all looked at the stoic mass of Therak. They came for a simple transport. They walked into a fortress prepared to turn the world into fire, to protect its secrets.